What's up, folks? Welcome back to the channel. So I had this idea that I want to try out, and essentially it means that we're gonna use GPT-4 Vision to create a description of a given video. So today I'm in Madrid, and I realized that I had a bunch of little videos of like different places that I've been to, and I had this idea of whether or not I could create like a descriptor of the things in the videos that I recorded, across the city, and then use those descriptions and create a RAG pipeline or like a simple RAG pipeline that I can query to say something like, okay, so uh, for video with the date X, what were the kind of stuff that I saw, like what buildings, what parks, nature, etc. So, it's something kind of silly, but let's see if it works. All right. I haven't tried this yet. I haven't built anything. I haven't prepared this specific example. So we're just gonna try something out and see what happens. All right. Um, so I'm gonna create a new notebook. So essentially, I was gonna create this notebook about chatting with documents locally, but now I had this idea and I really want to try it out and see what happens. Okay. So let's just try it out. So the first thing that I'm going to do is I'm going to create this notebook, and it's going to be like chat with video memories, whatever. That's the name I'm going to give. And so the first thing that we need is this, like, we need a video, like a sample video. Then we're going to create description. So we're going to prompt the GPT-4 Vision model to describe all the frames in the video. And when I say describe, I mean, say all the stuff that's in that video that appears and that GPT-4 Vision can actually identify. So I think that this is probably a good first thing that we can do. We can get a frame of a video with things like, dogs and cars and buildings, and see what kind of stuff we can get with the basic model. So we don't even need to do this with code. So let's try it out by just using custom GPT. So let's just try it out by using the demo. So I'm gonna go to chat OpenAI. Okay, and okay, so I'm gonna get a frame of a frame of a video. Okay, so let's just, to be fast, let's just let's see what I have here. Yeah, there we go. Madrid. Okay, perfect. So let's take this frame. There are two things going on with this particular frame, right? There's this building and there's this little car. So let's send that to ChatGPT as is, like this. I'm just going to copy like this. I'm going to paste it here, and I'm going to say, tell me all the distinct objects, buildings, and anything else that you can see in this image. And let's ask it, return a bullet list with all the things you've identified. Let's see what happens. Yeah, the light on that thing is not very, it's not helping out very much, but let's see. Gothic style building with ornate windows and spires, clouds in the sky, street lamp, okay. Yeah, street lamp right here in the middle, awesome. Tuk-tuk style vehicle, that's awesome. All right, two individuals in the tuk-tuk. That's actually, I don't think that's true, but okay. It probably confused the things that were here with people. Street signs, one indicating a no entry direction. That's perfect. Look at that right there in the left. Okay, so this is looking really good. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to generalize this to do for all the frames in the video, create like a big text file with all those descriptions and organize them so that this video, let's say that the video has the video I created today. So each video should have like a date, and I'm going to give this video like a date. And what we're going to do is see if we can actually query the things that we saw in different places at different times. So I'm going to ask a second question to GPT before we start. If you had to guess which city I am, what would be your guess? What would you guess? Let's take a look. City in Spain? That's amazing. What? Gothic there's a modern. All right, so it thought Barcelona and Granada. I'm actually in Madrid, but that was very impressive. That was amazing. All right, so as you can see, we can get a lot of information with this, which is kind of creepy, but let's focus on the interesting thing, okay? So I already have the video to narrate, I already have the data, the code to narrate a video. So what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna fetch that real quick. So I got it from this, this is not a page, but it's from OpenAI's cookbook, and I'll put a link in the description for this particular tutorial that I'm using. So I'm just gonna copy the code. So this one essentially what's doing is setting up my OpenAI API key. So I already have that as an environment variable. If you don't, you should set that up. And okay, so that's done. I'm gonna use, yeah, LangChain, whatever. Installs requires upper. That's annoying. I thought that was done. Kernel. Let's try that again. Okay. Conda. And the list. I'm gonna fix something about the environment variable here. So let's see. This, I should have one that works. What I do have, yeah, I have the requirements here. So this is what I'm gonna do. I'm just gonna set up a new, so let's create a conda environment. So we say conda create -n memories from video GPT Python equal 3.10, which is usually the one that has the more robust installation and stuff. Okay, so we're creating that. And okay, perfect. And now we're gonna activate this conda environment. So I'm activating conda environment. Okay, done. And now that I did that, I'm gonna install Jupyter. And I do that so that I can use Jupyter from within VS Code. Okay, so that's what I'm doing there. Let's go, let's go, let's go. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. So it's creating. So what am I doing? I am now installing Jupyter. Come on, install Jupyter. Let's go. There you go. Now install Jupyter. And now what I'm going to do is I'm going to say Python -m ipykernel install user name equal memories from video GPT. That's the name of the environment. So I'm setting up ipykernel so that I can have a kernel accessible from VS Code. That's done. And now I can install my packages and access them to the kernel in VS Code. All right. So what I did is I set up requirements here in the in file. Okay. And I'm going to add here OpenAI and OpenCV Python, which I'm going to need for this to integrate the example from the narration of the video with querying documents using LangChain. In Wikipedia, we're not going to be using this example anymore. Okay, so now that I have the in file, what I do is I run usually pip compile. However, we don't have to do that because I've already done, oh no, actually we do. Pip compile. However, let's just check that pip compile is within the right environment. It's not. So what we're going to do is we're going to say, you see, as you can see, this is the right environment. So I'm going to come here on this bin because sometimes you have a command that's not referring to the right pip stuff. Okay, so now let's say pip install upgrade pip and pip tools. Let's set that up. Now let's see if now I can access the correct thing. Still not. That's annoying. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna say which pip Okay, pip is correct now. Perfect. There you go. So pip compile and then requirements.in. Okay, perfect. So now we're setting that up. So I'm setting up the requirements.txt file, but automatically so that I have total control over the dependencies and I don't have annoyances about something not working. So now everything has been set up automatically. So if I go to my requirements.txt file, as you folks can see, all the dependencies are controlled for. And I know some people are now using poetry, and poetry is nice, but I like this approach. It's simple. I don't have to set up anything beyond that. So this is what I'm sticking to right now. And now I just say pip sync requirements.txt file, requirements.txt file, and pip sync also has to be from the right path. So pip sync. Now, oh, text file. There you go. So now it's installing stuff correctly. And let's go, let's go, let's go. Okay, perfect. Now that we have that working, we can come here and I can go select the kernel, and then I can refresh, and then I can say memories. I have this thing here, and this thing should work fine. And still asks me to install the kernel. That's very annoying. It's probably because when I said Python -m, it didn't refer to the right kernel. That's annoying because I've already done that. So let's just do this. I'm just gonna Control Q. Now I'm gonna come here and I'm gonna say, I'm gonna go to the right environment and sharing the documents. Yeah, and I'm gonna open up VS Code. That was probably some random issue. Kernel. Yep. So now let's set up the kernel. Memories from GPT. Right, folks. So I solved the issue that I was having before. It was just like some annoyance with the dependency there with IPyKernel. So it's all good now. And now let's continue using this tutorial. So now I'm just going to copy the code here to verify. Here we're verifying that we actually have access to the video in the case. So the video I'm going to be using is just one very quick video that I took from a frame that I just showed before. So I'm going to move the video. That should be right here. Learning. Oh, move learning, and then Madrid something, and then let's move it here. So this is the video, Madrid video something. And I'm gonna put in the name of the video just to help afterwards. I'm gonna give the date for today. So today is the 16th of February. So I'm gonna put 16/0 today, month, and year, 2024. Okay, so now I need to rename this video. So let's do that. Oh, that was bad. Now I have to do Madrid and then Madrid, and I have to say the MOV and Madrid. Now and then now can to this, and now I can read this. When I run this, we're gonna, yeah. So we read the frames from the video, and now we run this script to verify that they're actually being run properly. I'm gonna not use time.slip so that it goes as fast as possible. So this video is very quick. It just shows like quickly like a palace I saw today here in Madrid. All right, awesome. So now what we're gonna do is we're gonna set up our prompt message to describe the stuff in the video. So we're gonna change a bit the prompt message from this particular example from the tutorial because we don't want a narration of the video. We want a description of the things inside the video. I want to upload, generate, a compound description. I'm gonna say generate a bullet point list with all the objects, buildings, and things you identify in the video. Okay, so that's it. Let's see what happens. So now I run this prompt. So what I'm doing here is I'm setting up my prompt message to the ChatGPT API. I'm doing some resizing of the images, and then I'm accessing the model GPT-4 Vision preview, number of tokens, prompt messages. That I create I do the request to the chat.completions.create, and then I get the answer. And as you can see, Gothic style building, bright blue sky, sun glare, tuk-tuk style, pedestrian, vehicle, etc. Perfect. So as you can see, this results in a perfect description. That's exactly what we want. So here the video does a voiceover. We're not going to be doing the voiceover. So let's wrap this into a function. So I'm going to use GitHub Copilot for that. I'm just going to say wrap this to a function named uh, generate description from video. Okay, so that we quickly wrap this up into a function. So that's pretty neat. Let's see one thing here. So this prints, and I'm going to say output is equal to this. So I'm going to say output is equal to this, and then print the output, and then return the output. Why not? Okay. And of course, we need the video, right? So, description of the video, prompt messages, check on params from there, result from kind of with parameters, prompt messages, base 64 frames. Yeah. So, and actually, I'm gonna do this. So display this. Yeah, this thing that we've done before, I'm just gonna copy from here. I'm just gonna cut it from here. And yeah, now that we've, actually, I'm gonna leave it there because this was a good test, but I'm gonna put this thing inside this function as well. All right, this is not super beautiful and clean, but let's see if the example actually works, okay? And the only thing I want to give to this function is this path to the video file. So video file path. So video file path. And then when I run generate description from video, now I can pass any video and get that description. So I can pass this example, but I can pass whatever other example, right? So let's do a test with this function now just to make sure that it's still working. So now I'm going to pass just the entire video file path, and I should get this either the same or very similar description of the video. And let's, in this thing here, when I'm loading the, yeah, we don't have to get the print of the frames. No, but that's okay. We can get the, yeah, that's fine. That's fine. That's fine. All right. Okay. So now I'm running this, and it read the frames, and now it's generating the description. And what I expect to get is just that description again to make sure that this function is working fine. Yes, it's working perfect. I'm very happy about that. So I print it, and then I return. This returns the string that I want. So this is what I want. So now what we need to do is get the output from that description, put that into a text file, and we're gonna append at the top of the text file the date for which those things were seen, so that we have this kind of log information type thing. Okay, so all we need to do now is just say generate text file, right? So txt file from description date file name, and then we're going to say, okay, filed.write date, then filed.write description. Okay, so now if I say this is a test, etc., etc. Okay, so I should have output description is equal to this. So now I'm going to say output description is equal to this, so I can access that and use that to generate the file. And then, well, let's just test this with this function. And so this is a test. So this is a quick test. And we can see that we generated a text file. It generates with the date correctly. So this is perfect. So now that we have that, let's say generate, let's just replace this one, generate text file from description. And now the date should be date extracted from a video file. So this date should be extracted from the video file. So the video file is right here. So let's name it at the top of the cell. So video file path. And what we're going to do is we're going to have a video file path right here at the top. After we do the setup, we say video file path is equal to this, right? And we just need a little function, and we can even replace this now. We can say video file path, perfect. And we're going to write a little function to extract that date, okay, from this file path, okay? So to do that, it's pretty straightforward. What we're going to do is I'm going to create a cell here at top. I'm just going to ask GitHub Copilot to do it. So create a simple Python function to extract the date from files like, and we're going to extract that, and that's going to be the thing that we input to that other function that generates the text file. And it's using datetime here, so let's import. So this is, yeah, import datetime.strip, yeah. And let's test that. Extract date from file. The output should be the actual pattern, so not the datetime object. So let's say str from time. No, it's not that. I forgot now which one it is. So let's just fix this. So the output is day, month, year, structured as a string like this. Yeah, let's see if we get the correct thing. I think it didn't. So it's fine. We just fixed that ourselves. So the day is equal to day, month is equal to month, year is equal to month, and then final date is equal to like this. But instead of this, we're gonna put it. Let's put it like this. Yeah, let's put it like this. I could do a replace. I know what you're thinking. Like I could do a replace from this underscore to the hyphen, but I don't like that. I think that this probably covers situations where maybe day and month are exchanged. So I'm gonna keep to this style. I prefer it like this, but I could be wrong. I could be doing something stupid, but whatever. Okay, perfect. So now that we can extract the date, I'm gonna come here and say date file date is equal to this, and I'm just gonna cut this, and I'm gonna put this thing here. Exactly. So I'm gonna say date extracted from video. I know that I'm very bad at naming things, but you know, it is what it is. So now we generate the file, and we can see the file here in description. Perfect. So we see date, and we see the description. It's a bit annoying that GPT-4 Vision has this certainly based on blah 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 blah, but we'll leave that for now, okay? Because what we want now is just to set up a, and we just want to query that text and say, what were the objects that I seen in day X, and we want to get the correct response. And we're going to do from a simple text file because, you know, this is a simple example, just a proof of concept type of thing. So now all we have to do is set up retrieval using LangChain. Now, to set up retrieval using LangChain, I was actually reviewing this implementation recently. What I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna copy the implementation that I saw today. So retrieval QA. No, it's not here. All right, so let's do that ourselves. I have the reg PDF, QA PDF, and then we'll change it to text. Yeah, so perfect. I have a little function here that has more or less the setup, and we're just gonna clean that up. Okay, so what do we need? Well, what we need is very simple, okay? We need the loader for text. So ignore this code. This code is just to give me a reference because this is not correct for our current use case. So we're gonna use a document loader. So we're gonna say from LangChain dot document loader import text txt loader. If this is not working, it's probably because LangChain probably changed that to core dot document LangChain is always changing these things, and I never remember. LangChain document loaders, import text loader. Let's see if that works. Nope. Okay, I now forgot what was the. Let's find that out. LangChain document loader, text loader, document loader, txt loader, text loader. There we go. LangChain community. That's the one. So now we're gonna set up the loader. So we're gonna say we're gonna set up the loader, and then after that we're gonna load and split. So we're gonna say loader is equal to text loader, and now we need to give the file path that was generated from here. So this is going to have the same name as in here. So let's just transform it into, this is the text file, and then text file is equal to this. Okay, and we can run this again because why not, right? Perfect. Description is still there. Yeah, perfect. So now that we have the text file, we can use it down below. So I can say text file. Now we can test this. We see that it's working, and now we split it into little chunks using the load and split. So we're gonna say text docs is equal to loader dot load and split text docs, and now we're gonna use we're gonna access OpenAI embeddings. Now from LangChain.embeddings, import OpenAI embeddings. There we go. So we're going to say embedding is equal to OpenAI embeddings. This is probably not the right way to call OpenAI embeddings, but whatever. Let's test this. This is working perfect. And now we're set from LangChain dot vector stores, import chroma. Perfect. And now we set up chroma. Chroma is going to be our vector store. If you don't know what vector store is, it's essentially a place where you organize your embeddings, because when you have like too much text, it's better if you just create a vector store rather than doing all the full text. Now for this example, I should not need to do that. However, I'm going to do it because I'm preparing for a situation where I'm going to have many documents and not just like one simple document for this demonstration. So I'm going to call this vector DB. We're going to do a slight different approach to this. So we're going to say text docs embedding persist directory is equal to the current directory. And now when we say we're gonna, so now we're gonna use the retrieval Q&A. Okay, how do we do that? Retrieval Q&A, I gotta remember from LangChain.chains for retrieval Q&A. There we go. So Q&A chain is equal to retrieval Q&A. And now we need to give to this retrieval Q&A, good question, I don't remember, LangChain agent setup, PDF flow, QACSV. Let's see if the QACSV has an example. Nope. Let's quickly retrieval QA LangChain. There we go. So let's quickly go there, retrieval QA, create a QA chain. There we go. From chain type, etc., etc. And all we got to do, this is perfect, is call the as retriever. There we go. So QA chain. So now this is what we're setting up. And the prompt is the prompt that we load from the prompt we're going to load from the LangChain hub, right? There you go. So we're gonna load hub.pool write prompt. There you go. Okay, so we're gonna be borrowing this. Thank you very much. So we're gonna say LangChain hub. That's great. We're gonna come here. We're gonna put this thing here. We're gonna say we're loading a prompt that's appropriate for retrieval augmented generation pipelines, which is essentially what we're doing. The LLM that we're going to use is going to be ChatGPT, obviously, OpenAI, GPT-4, whatever model. So we're going to say LLM is equal to, and all I got to do here is I got to come here and I'm going to say from LangChain OpenAI, import chat OpenAI, and I just come here and I say chat OpenAI. And the model, let's use, since this is really simple, let's use GPT-3.5 Turbo, the latest 01.5, okay? And the vector storm, it's the vector DB as a retriever. I give the prompt. Let's see if this works. I don't have chroma DB, so now let's fix that. I'm gonna go to my in files, and now I'm gonna use the pip compile and then the pip sync because I didn't have that before. And there you go. Pip. Where is the compile? So which Python? Yeah. So I'm gonna come here, compile requirements.in. So I'm gonna compile the dependencies that integrate ChromaDB into our environment instead of just installing it directly, because this like makes sure that we're organized. So I'm compiling the proper dependencies, and then I'm just gonna sync up with the current version. So now I'm just gonna say pip sync. So I'm just gonna come here and just rewrite this and put sync txt. There we go. So now we're setting up properly. Hopefully we won't have any dependency issues when we run this. Okay, perfect. So now that we have that, what we're gonna do is we're gonna try running this again. And now it works. Nice. Okay, perfect. And now we can query this. I think it's with the invoke method. We can say Q&A chain. I think we gotta say Q&A chain dot invoke. We might have to, yeah, we might have to say query. So let's see, query. Then we say, let's see in the description. Let's see, what was the vehicle I saw on 16th of February? Okay, that's the question I'm gonna say. What was the vehicle type I saw on the 16th of February of 2024? A tuk-tuk style vehicle. There you go. That's pretty cool. So that's it. This was a very simple example of something that we can set up, because you can imagine that if you did that for like thousands of videos, or compressed videos, because just careful with like crashing your computer trying to do this, and you generate these text style descriptions of like objects and things that you saw, and then you can query stuff from your own past, which I think is pretty cool, because imagine in the future when you have like some augmented reality glass, and you want to know what did I saw, or that thing, that building with that characteristic, and you can do that by setting up a system like this. So I think this is a pretty cool idea, and it was nice to like do this kind of live build. It's not really live because this video is going to be seen after that, but whatever. So thanks for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and see you next time. Cheers.